Habarigani, my Nduga na Dada. This is your Nduga, Abu Amin Ra, also known as John Prince. My brothers and sisters, I want to engage your mind for a few moments to discuss the inevitable, to discuss what it is that's going down. Why we're getting so many hurricanes all at once. Why they are all attacking the same general geographical area. Why they are killing our people as well as the other people. What is the reason for this? You know, in my study, the principles of plot, the Egyptian sage, depository of knowledge, in his 7 principles on what it is, I recall one of them which remains embedded in my very soul, and that one is, as above, so below. In other words, what's going on above is going on below. What's going on below is going on above. My brothers and sisters, I just want to let you know there's only one. One is a reflection of the other, and the other is a reflection of the one. There isn't but one creator. And that creator has to spend eternity by itself, in itself, with itself, with nothing else in existence. No company, nobody to chit chat with, talk with, play chess with, or take a sip with. So to pass this eternity, this creator of it all, had to look within himself, or look at himself, as some of us phrase it, and communicate with itself. Sometimes we do that now. We call it being insane, talking to yourself. We'll ask someone, did you get an answer back? But this is very heavy stuff, you see. The one being that exists has to go within itself and look at itself, out of itself, on itself. In other words, it has to become a reflection of itself, because nothing else exists but it. See? One is the other is the one. So we must begin to understand this. There's only one. But creation had to occur, and creation occurred, and here we are. Now, everything in the universe has a cause and effect to it. As above, so below. So once we know the effect of it, we can understand what the cause of it is. Once we have the cause of it, we can understand what the effect is going to be. For instance, if I press down on the desk 50 pounds of weight with my arms, that's not the only thing that's occurring, because you see the desk is pressing back against me as an opposite reaction with 50 pounds of pressure. I go. So there's only one, so one knows the ending as well as the beginning. When it wakes up, that's the end. The end of the game. Then it has to do another creation to distract itself again from eternity. But listen, For everything that happens, there's a cause and there's an effect. Something causes it, and it affects something else from it. So the ancestors are only one. The ancestors keep reproducing themselves. I am the ancestor who lived 20,000 years ago. See, that first ancestor of mine who passed her seed or his seed or whatever you want to call it down through the geological ages to where we are today still exists in us because they didn't come from anything else. They came out of us, through us, and out of us. So listen, all of these suddenly catastrophic hurricanes that are occurring throughout a certain area, let's say, down the Atlantic, through the Caribbean Sea, to the Gulf of Mexico, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, then back up the other coast, South Carolina, all the way up to Rhode Island. Listen to me now. There's a reason for this occurring, sure. Harp notwithstanding. This is the universe acting, our ancestors. Our very first parents, her. White boy called her Lucy, her. We are her descendants. She's the God of the winds, the universe. She watched as her children were ripped from her womb in Africa and carried throughout the world. First the Romans, after they captured Carthage. Then later, all the other people we have lost and been kidnapped and taken into slavery. In 638, the Arabs overthrew Egypt and began to enslave our people, but they took them the other way towards the east coast of Africa. There's something else awaiting them. But the Europeans, through the Portugals, the Catholic Church, began one of the most evilest attack on a people that has been recorded in the history of the world. They pitted person against person on the mother continent of Africa, started wars between different groups of people, and came with their own weapons, taking care of business. We lost over 200 million people in that desecration of our people by the Europeans. We lost 100 million rather, in Africa, to the wars and to the caravans. And as they fell victims to things around the west coast there of Africa. Then we lost another 100 million to the Middle Passages. Those Middle Passages occurred, listen to me now, down the Atlantic Ocean into the Caribbean Sea, Gulf of Mexico. That general land geography in that area. And it brought the remaining children of the great goddess Her and trained them to be chattel slaves after selling them and shipping them throughout the Western world there, down throughout what we call South America. They beat them and they hung them and they killed them. They raped them, they burned them. And they've done everything possible within their power to destroy them, but they're still here. But Her has a plan. Her sending these hurricanes, most powerful things we've ever heard of, down the same course the slave ships or the cargo ships took, and lost so many millions of her descendants. Then they went to Texas and around through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, setting up slave markets where they sold our people and killed them and hung them in trees and worked them for 240 years without paying them. Now the great goddess Her sending the tools it takes to destroy and satisfy Ma'at down through that area, killing her children alone with those who tried to decimate them and exploited them and abused them and treated them less than they treated their dogs. So my Nduga Nadada, you might have asked the question, but why does the goddess Her allows her descendants to be killed with these devils? Well, that's Her trying to send you a message that you can go down with them or you can separate from them and get out of their midst. Are you going to go down with them? Now you think about it. You reap what you sow. Now you know these people have been reaping hate, violence, evilness all their days on us. For any justice, any balance to be in the world, they must reap what they've sown. That's the law of nature. You can't plant raisins or grapes and look for pumpkins during the harvest season. It doesn't work that way. You reap what you sow. So my brothers and sisters, there's a purpose for these hurricanes. The goddess Her is seeking her revenge, her balance and justice for her people, the many on the Atlantic Ocean floor and the many in the soils of the southern part of the United States of America, the eastern seaboard. So my brothers and sisters, this is the beginning of the end. You ain't seen nothing yet. You can stay and suffer with them, or you can separate from them. That decision is yours. Think about it. Once again, y'all, peace and hotep to you. I do.